We spent last episode doing some exploring down south. Bring up the map and we'll take a peek at what we found. So we came out of the translocator here, found some ruins, and I did mark a few other things that we're going to talk about, but did some exploring. We found another translocator all the way down here, and just did some ruins. So we got some really good stuff. We got, I think, we got one bed. We ended up getting one of the lamp holders. I don't know. I've got to go through a bunch of stuff and see what all we've got in there. But I did find 10. That's the most important thing. We did find 10. We found a little bit on the surface near a meteor impact site. That was right up here. We found 10 up here. Just inside of like a little cave area. I think it was right up in this area. And then we also found... I found some more tin that I have not been able to mine yet. It's in basalt. And so I already had tin that was in granite stone. And then I found some more that was in andesite. So we ended up getting some tin. Now, a couple of very interesting things that I found that I have not been able to go and get and bring back. But I did find this trader that's right here. And they sell their commodities trader. And commodities traders, you can get halite from them, and this one does sell halite. So I've got a spot for halite. I can get it through a trader, and they also have all the fertilizers. So you can get the potash, you can get the bone meal, and the saltpeter, all from that one. So that's kind of cool. I got all that there. Also found redwood trees. All these are redwood trees right here, and the redwood trees have the large 4x trunks. So it produces a lot of wood. So I got to go back over here and get some redwood saplings and some redwood to bring back. I need to go and get some halite as well. Did find a little bit of copper on this side. We have, again, the translocator, second one that we found, and then the tin that's down here. And then two other things I want to talk. Oh, and I found some zinc down here too. This is basalt, which I like building with basalt. So I'll probably have to set up a little mining area there. And then when I got back, it was getting late, so I stayed and spent the night here, traded out my stuff, got, left some stuff behind because I just had way too much, and took the most important stuff with me. And then I spent the night, I just went ahead and marked out, the fire, the blue clay, peat, things like that I found, and other things I want to investigate. And then if you look in some of these areas, you'll see some purplish trees. Let's see if there's one that would stand out like really good for us. But anyways, those purple trees are the Crimson King maples. So I definitely want to go down and get some of those for growing back here. They're good decoration pieces. And then this is the one I'm most excited about. So one of the armors in this game that you can procure is the Forlorn Armor. And this... trader up here does have one of the pieces. Now each piece sells for about 35 gears each, which is why whenever we visit a trader I'm like, ooh, I can sell this, I can sell this, I can sell this. Not so worried so much about buying stuff from traders as I am getting gears from them, and that's why, because I want to get a full set of the Forlorn Armor in this season. Okay, so that really covers a lot of the stuff that we did in the last episode. This episode got a couple of things we need to do. I told you we've got to do a little bit of crop rotation. We got to plant, harvest, that kind of stuff, and need to harvest the trees. Trees are ready. So I definitely need to go get the trees harvested. And then we're going to start making some tin bronze. Since we have tin, we should have enough now to be able to get those tin bronze pieces I needed. And I don't know if I've ever explained or not why I need the tin bronze. If we take a look at iron, an iron ingot, you can see you can do it through smithing. And one of the things that you have to do is you have to increase your anvil tier as you move up through the different. So if I go and I look at the anvil, there we go, this will work. Here's the copper anvil, and it may not show, may not show on there. 10 bronze that show here. No, some of them they show like the tier for them, and so to be able to work iron, you have to have at least a 10 bronze anvil to be able to do that. So you can't do that on a copper anvil. So that's why I want to get to 10 bronze. So in this episode, we're going to need to make a 10 bronze anvil as well as some of our 10 bronze hammer and maybe a 10 bronze chisel. We'll see. I need to see how much tin I can actually, how much I've got versus how much copper I got to see what all I can make. And that'll kind of determine what we're going to do. Okay. That's it. I tell you what, I'm going to break here. I'm going to go clearing out my inventory, start putting some stuff away, throwing some decorations up wherever I can, and then I'll come back and we'll get started on doing some harvesting. Okay, talk to you soon. All right, we're back. Get some food. Just finished off one of the meals I took with me, so I put that back on the shelf. And slept in my new fancy bed tonight. So there we go. Put the painting there. I think you saw that. Put the owl chest down here. I got to do some more decorating stuff. But anyways, got everything pretty much isolated. And then realized I was going to need a couple of scythes if we're going to be doing some planting. So went ahead and made 2 new copper scythes for that. Okay. So crop rotation, kind of wanted to explain this just a little bit, what we're going to be doing here. So right now, there are 4 fields. And if we come and look at this one over here, you'll see it is sitting empty. There's nothing growing in it but weeds. And then here is where we have our flax. And then we've got stuff planted in this field and stuff planted in that field over there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take what's in this field here, and I'm going to move it to that empty field back over there. Okay? And then once that's done, then I'll harvest what's in this field, and I'll put it into this one, and then where the flax is at, I'll harvest it, plant it into here, and then where the flax field is at, actually this needs to be the fallow field next time, because we planted that field when we planted the flax, so it was fallow. So yeah, going that way to this one. No, we started out with flax over there. Oh well, doesn't matter. I'm gonna do this one, and I'll move it over to there, and then I will move the other ones around, just as I said. Okay, so I'm going to do that in a time lapse, and hopefully not take too long doing it. Okay, and I'll probably edit and cut some of it out in between. But anyways, let's get after it. Hey, just wanted to mention something here. When you're planting pumpkins, they do require a lot of additional space for that. So what I usually try to do is kind of plant them in the center area between the water. That way I can plant on either side of them without crowding them too much. So anyways, just wanted to point that out. Okay, back to the time lapse. Hey, so don't know if you knew that or not, but if you're using a scythe and you're trying to harvest dead mature crops, it won't work. But if you use your axe, you can. You won't get the yield that you would get if the crops were not dead. But most of the time, you're going to get your seeds back, and you'll get some food as well. So just keep that as a reminder. All right, back to the time lapse. Hey, we're back. So let's take a look at our flax. How many seeds do we have now? So almost 2 full stacks of seeds. That's great. So I'm not going to plant carrots this time. I'm going to hold off on planting carrots. And then if we look at the amount of flax that we got, 2 stacks plus 19. So that's or 3 stacks plus 19. So that's pretty good. We're going to put that to use in this next episode. All right, let me get this planted, and then I'll be back. All right, flax is planted. All right, so I've got a lot of putting away that I need to do out of this. So let me work on that for a little bit, and then I will come back and we're going to go harvest the trees next. It's a lot of food and vegetables. Love it. All right, I'll be back. Hey, back everybody. I was getting ready to go out and start cutting down trees and realized I'm going to need some tools. So I thought, I wanted to go do the 10 bronze in this episode anyways. So let's go ahead and get that started now. Okay. So for making 10 bronze, if we look at our handy dandy notebook, 10 bronze ingot, we can see to do that, it is 10% or 8 to 12% tin and 88 to 92% of it needs to be copper. So real easy rule of thumb, and you can do it any way you want. I just simply say 10% tin and 90% copper. Okay, so if you're doing 20 units to make an ingot, then 2 of those nuggets needs to be the tin for every ingot you're doing. So while I was doing the math on this, I wanted to see how much I needed. So I'm going to need 9 for the mold for the anvil, and I'm going to need 1 for the hammer. And we definitely want to get those 2 done because that's what we're going to need for working the iron in the next episode. We're also going to, we got a little bit extra here, and I think instead of the shovel right now, let's go with the pickaxe. I was going to do the shovel, but no, let's do the pickaxe. Let me put that back in there. There we go. So we're going to do 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 ingots. So that's what I've got in here. Ended up with 13 times 2 to get 13 ingots. That was 26, and then of course you're gonna need 130 or 100 and was it 134 plus 26? Yeah, that's it. 234 because you got to get to 260 total nuggets, right? Okay. So anyways, that's what I did. I just put in the 26, 260 minus 26, and I end up with 124. So, or 134. Golly, my math today. 234. Ugh. So anyways, so we're going to do, that's what we're doing now. And if you see, this is already at 900, which is the max temperature of that. So now we can swap out and put in our charcoal and let that start going. Now this is all the nuggets I have left, 10. So that gives me enough to make 5 more ingots of 10 bronze. So I'm not going to produce that all just yet. I'm going to hang on to it. I do need to go back and get some more tin from the deposit that I have marked, and that will allow me to make. And it was actually a pretty decent sized deposit in that basalt. So, and it was medium quality. So that should yield me a good amount until we can get into doing everything else. Okay. So I am going to continue to monitor this. It looks like we're just right below the threshold. We need 1084 here that we just hit it. And 10 does not take much. You could actually melt, if you just wanted to do the cassiterite by itself, you could do it with wood. But anyways, I want to get this made up into an alloy. So, okay, I'll be back when this is done. Okay, it's done. So, let's get this poured. I was kind of thinking about a few things while I was waiting for that to heat up, because that did take a couple minutes. I don't know if you guys have done this before, but it takes a little bit to heat up that much 10 bronze. And I was thinking about the tools I was making, and next episode we're going to be going into iron. So there's a couple of tools here that I'm thinking, probably shouldn't do, but then I thought to myself, no, let's go ahead and do them. We'll use them. They'll get used up. So here we go. And that is done. I'll get that coal out of there. Throw that back in there for now. Okay. So these are going to have to cool down. But I think, looking at it, I think it's actually probably a pretty good stopping point for this episode. I wanted to go through and do the tree harvesting, but as I got thinking about it, I was, that's, even if I did that in a time lapse, you're still looking at like 10 to 15 minutes on a time lapse. So it takes quite a bit to cut down all the leaves and to harvest and put away the trees. So I think I'm gonna skip that. Maybe do it between episodes. I may record a little bit of it just maybe as an opening on another video, or maybe during the recap episode that's coming up here in a week and a half, maybe. So anyways, I think I'm going to go ahead and call this here. So what we're going to do on the next episode, actually between episodes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on some trees. I need to get the coal pit going. So once I harvest the trees, I'm going to finish filling the coal pit, or the charcoal pit, and get it lit and going so that we can have more charcoal, because we're going to need it when we start working the iron blooms. And then I'm going to have to get an area put together for a pit kiln. I need to get more jars done because we've got a lot of food to kind of go through. So I need to get a lot more jars done. I think I'm going to have to make a lot more ingot molds too. Don't think I'll have to make too many more of these. I think I got everything I need there. Don't think I'll need any more of the pots or anything, but I'm thinking some more bowls and more of those. Plus, we're going to be here when we go into when we start the next set of 10 in episode 30. We are going to be improving upon our buildings by changing out roofs and going with shingled roofs. So I'll need a place to start making shingles anyways. So I think we'll do a new area for the pit kiln. Like I said, harvest the trees, fire up the charcoal pit, and then, I'm going to go and harvest bees too. I think I need to do that at least 2 more times. But as far as the crops go, I may only do maybe 1 more harvest of crops. It is July 7th. So I may do 1 more harvest of crops and rotate them to another spot. And then after that, I don't think I'll do any more. I may continue to do the cabbage and the pumpkins, and definitely flax, but we're going to have to get the greenhouses completed, the glass made, and all that done. So a lot of stuff still to get done before we get back into winter. Okay, folks, next episode we come back, we're going to be working iron, and all the flax that we harvested, I don't know if I showed this or not, I've been storing it here, and we have 32 pieces of normal linen plus 2 of the twine. And 1 more flax fiber. So I think we're at a good spot. We might be able to make some gambus and armor. Yeah. So we'll do that next episode too. And might go out and hunt some bad guys between episodes too. See if I can get any more temporal gears for that other translocator. Okay. Folks, that's going to do it. Thanks for joining me. Take care.